All right, welcome to episode 6 of the Now We're Talkin Podcast, live in front of a studio audience. There's a bunch of people here. You can't see them. We're going to post an Instagram picture later.
What's up, Live Nation?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Great intro.
There we go.
We're rolling.
Yeah.
We're rolling.
And we're live.
Got it already.
And we're live.
Let's go ahead and start.
And we're live.
Yeah, let's cut all that. So, got a few topics for us today that I cooked up. Cooked on our cooking show pretty recently. No, this was not last minute. I come prepared as always.
Yeah. Chris came up with these a week ago.
Yeah, for sharks, turtling. And
Am I allowed to peek over your shoulder and see what you're doing?
No.
Okay. So
No,
I'll try not to do that.
Why would you even ask that question?
Well, I figured it was a
just
no,
do
but
it.
I just
Yeah,
I thought it was.
what are you crazy?
I mean, I could just do it without
Crazy.
counting,
You gotta
and
get
then
mine.
you'll watch the replay and just see me going like this.
Right.
God, my posture's
See me?
terrible.
Dude, that's look at me. But I feel like I'm just gonna.
you really aren't.
What if we try to sit with like good posture?
The whole episode.
It's hard to sit with good posture in a recliner. Do I look like Steve from Blue's Clues?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, I was Steve from Blue's Clues for Halloween last year.
That's great, man.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
Good for you, man.
I got a lot of women that night.
You really freaked me out.
Yeah,
with
it's
the perfect
kidding.
posture. is freaking me
Oh
out.
my goodness, I'm so kidding. It's sad. Welcome
You
to
want to talk
podcast.
about it?
No, what?
What?
No. Now we're talking, baby.
Now we're talking. All right. So we'll just get into these questions and hopefully go off topic because I'm not that proud of them.
Before
So-
we get into it,
Yeah.
who would you say?
Oh my
Who would you
god.
say is proud of you?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Um.
you can think about it and come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just me? Do you
Just
not
you.
want? Okay.
No, I mean these guys are probably good.
Yeah.
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 Just you, Chris. We're just kind of
Thinking about you, looking at
Going
you,
your
I'm like, who is proud of this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm honest,
Please.
We've got you on
I
film
don't
now,
know if I
talking
could
about this.
name anybody. You know?
No, that's fair. I assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have people who tolerate me. You know.
Oh yeah.
But
Been there. I've been tolerating you.
yeah. Yeah. No. Amen to that, sister. Okay, so first question. This one is the one I'm most proud of.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hear it.
So,
It better be good.
and this could turn into an argument. I could see this getting heated.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Feelings may be hurt, but
Mm.
you know that's how we do things on the Now We're Talking
That's how we do it.
Podcast.
We don't hold any punches.
Feelings are
Yeah.
hurt.
We don't hold punches.
So, if you were stranded on a desert island and you had to choose one of the four of us, you know, obviously other than yourself,
Yeah.
to be stranded with, who would it be and why?
Oh dear God.
That's a tough one. That's
See, my
really-
feelings are already hurt by Dan's response.
You know what? Would be crazy is if you said which two of us would you bring? So
Oh,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
person-
It's basically,
I mean,
who do you not want to go with?
yeah. Who do you think would be worthless in a situation like this? That's what that question is.
So what kind of island are we on?
a
Like,
desert island.
A
desert
desert
island.
island.
So no.
A deserted island.
No. We've been through this before, right?
Yeah, we have talked about
Because
this.
I made
Yeah.
the same thing. I said the same
That was
thing.
the callback
And yeah. So we won't go over it again.
for our super fans
Yeah.
out there. It was a callback.
Yeah. So who wants to go first, though?
Oh.
Just standard desert island, you know, tropical trees, you know.
I'm already pissed because I know no one's gonna say me. I don't know.
I feel like the safest answer, if you want me to go first, I'm going to go with Chris, to be honest with you. Because
All
Chris
right,
over
let's
here,
go.
Chris is just Mr. Dependable, you know. He was getting all down about himself. I don't think anybody's proud of him. You know what,
Right.
Chris? I'm proud
Thank
of
you,
you, you know.
man. Thanks.
He's a dependable guy.
Thank you.
He's somebody you can count on. He's not going to be too crazy. The three of us over here,
no,
I
It's
think
probably debatable, but
we have our moments, you know.
His name's Crazy
If we-
Chris.
right.
We get too much of that coconut water in our system. I think we might be
Yeah,
going off the
that's
rails a
true.
little bit in our own ways. But Chris, he's going to say, guys,
Chris is
not going to.
level-headed.
He's going to be a little bit more level-headed. He's going to know the best way to get out of this situation. You know. So
Fair enough.
here's the thing.
And now do I have 2 minutes to respond?
Yeah. Only
No,
two
I
minutes.
don't agree.
Okay.
I have not depended on Chris for anything.
Nah, yeah.
I haven't had to because he's so
True.
dependable.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
We're only making sense on this podcast here.
Chris, who would
It's
you
pretty good.
Chris, who would you pick?
Who would I pick?
I want to know who you want to pick.
Honestly,
If you get picked, you have to go next, unless you've already been picked.
okay, fair enough. I don't think that I would want any of the three of you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there it is.
No,
I mean, if I make, yeah,
One by one, tell us why.
Well,
Oh,
do we want to go there? No.
that's crazy.
Actually, I really, to try and spare any feelings, just in case nobody gets selected here, I actually don't think I would, I'd be fine.
you wouldn't find
I
yourself.
would just be happy that I was with somebody, and I feel like
You were
we would be
Oh.
Yeah.
fine. No, but I feel like I don't know.
I thought you were saying, like, honestly, I wouldn't ever find myself in this situation. Like,
Yeah.
On a desert
Right,
island, so
right.
I'm good.
Yeah, so-
I don't need to. So you came up with the question, and now you're copping out from answering the question, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
well, I'm gonna
Oh.
answer it. I was just, prefacing.
This is a,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. This
Yeah.
was just a
Preface
preface.
is what we call it where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Where you come from?
Yeah.
The old country.
The old country.
Yeah, so it's a tough question.
We're dancing around it. It's a tough question.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I haven't, made up my mind yet, and that's why I'm just talking to try and, buy myself.
You're
I
time
think
to
crazy.
figure it out.
I think
But-
I've come up with a decision.
Okay, yeah, Jake, go ahead.
I've had
I
mine,
have
too.
my answer, but go ahead.
I have mine.
No.
But Chris is slacking, please.
I think I'd go with Matt. I think I'd go with Matt. I think I'd go with Matt.
Yeah, that's crazy because I thought I would be the last person. That
No,
you
I
would-
think I'd go with Matt. You would make me laugh.
But I
would
think
need that,
that's.
like-
I thought that's what.
not that all of you wouldn't make me laugh.
You
but-
wouldn't want me on there because I'd be like just on barely like crazy.
No. I would need that because I feel like I would be taking things like incredibly seriously, and then I would have it's like, oh, there's Matt, God's favorite fool.
Man, I'm so stressed, but at least
At least Matt's
Yeah.
funny.
So Matt, I
Matt
don't know.
did something funny with a coconut today. I don't know. It really made me laugh.
I don't know if you would take this as an insult, but if I knew there was no way we were getting off this island, like we were just done, then I would choose you. because if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out with a bang, baby. Let's just put on the show.
So
That's
if there's a way, like if you
That
are
would
going to
not-
get saved, you
I
wouldn't
would
want
probably
that.
choose either
but
you or Jake if we were gonna get off the island.
Yeah.
But if we weren't gonna get off the island, Matt,
what you said reminds me, and I might have told this story before, but it reminds me of when my basketball coach in high school was going around and at the end of the season and telling everybody one by one what they could do to make varsity the next year. And he came up to
Oh,
me
no.
and he said, Matthew, you are not good at basketball, but you are funny. And then that was it. That was his notes. And then I didn't try out. That's kind of what you're saying.
see-
like, I'm not going to do anything on this island, but,
I'm giving you PTSD. I'm sorry.
my answer actually would have been Jake, because I think since he's the strongest out of all of us, he'd, probably be a good survivor. But I think that's a good duo we've got here. So
I like it.
let's back it up.
Duolingo.
All right. Well, on that
Fair
note,
enough.
we're going to a remote island now. We get to try. That's where this podcast episode is going. No.
We're going on Survivor next season.
They haven't answered us, but
Yeah, we're just gonna show up.
once they see the show,
Yeah,
they're going to want us.
obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, I feel like I could pick any of you guys for different reasons,
Oh, here we
which
go.
I feel like
Here we
Dan
go.
was kind
The
of
same thing.
going there. I think if I had to choose one person, not knowing the outcome, like
Thank you.
coin flip, if we're gonna get saved or if we're not, I feel like I think I would go with Matt. Just because
Wow.
I think there's something to be said about comedic relief
But it's true.
Yeah.
in a serious time.
Yeah.
So I feel like who I was with.
Now, is this all I'm adding? I have no other.
No, I mean,
You got endurance. You run. You got endurance. You would.
Hurt heel,
Yeah.
but-
just an Achilles injury, but
Yeah.
I know.
Or
It's fine.
marathon,
You'll be fine. There's doctors out there, I'm sure.
I feel like generally I kind of match other people's personalities, or like the energy they're giving off. So like if I'm with more serious people, I'm like not cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would probably be in better spirits with Matt,
Wow.
at least for the first few days, and then maybe we would just get
There
completely
it is.
depressed.
That's what I was thinking.
But I don't think any of us would be bad people to bring.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
Desert Island.
Except, well, it depends.
Except Dan.
If
Because nobody
does Dan
picked
have
Dan.
does Dan have his penny whistle? If he has,
Okay,
a penny
yeah, this is
whistle,
a good question.
I don't
Yeah, if Dan has a penny whistle,
Did
It
he come
could be
out
bad.
of the airplane?
That was the only thing
with
that survived. Was us and the penny whistle. Then.
honestly,
I don't know if I'd make it long.
I might just get rocked.
Yeah, I'll
No.
just, yeah.
Just get in the water and start swimming. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I honestly do have to wonder how I would do on a deserted island. To be honest with you.
Probably be pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Desert.
my thing, man. Like,
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's a callback, by the
That's
way,
not-
to another episode.
we should
You
try it.
super
though.
fans
We should
out
try
there.
it.
Yeah, don't forget to follow us on Spotify. Smash that like button.
MySpace.
Yeah, Threads.
I mean, I think one thing. No, I probably should. Never mind.
Say
I
it.
was gonna,
No,
no. I was gonna take it too far.
You
I
gotta
was just
say
gonna
it.
say. No, I literally.
Oh.
Okay, so I was talking
Got
to
it.
somebody at work recently because I was like, I feel like I'm a bad storyteller. And right before that, this girl did exactly what you did. It was like, oh, I got something to say. Oh, I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say it.
Yeah.
And there's just something about whenever you say that,
Yeah.
everybody
You have to
has to hear
Has
it.
to know.
So I kind of have been trying
That
to
was
do
like-
that sometimes.
You
So,
did that in the last
I did.
podcast.
I did.
You said, I know I can't say this.
And it
We're
was
like, well, now we
completely
got
calculated.
it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Dan, you got to say what you were going to say, though.
I did see that you kept that in, though, by the way.
I did, yeah. It was,
What you
yeah,
said.
I was feeling spicy.
Oh yeah, with the chicken wings.
Spicy chicken.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Ah.
Hey.
We can't talk about chicken twice in a row.
Yeah,
Watch
no
it.
chicken.
No chicken today.
But we can talk about kindergarten and who has been there when they were 4 years or younger.
Every
Anyone?
episode now. Every episode has to be.
I'm gonna find a way to slip it in
Just-
at least.
Yeah.
I never should have said it. See,
every
this is why.
every
this is why I
episode.
shouldn't
I'm gonna slip it in.
Okay. Before we get too off track, Dan, come on. You got
Well,
to
I was just gonna say. I shouldn't even say it at this point, but I was just gonna ask: would you guys
I'm leaving that in.
potentially, and I'm not saying with us in particular, but if you were on a stranded, desert island,
Yeah.
would you
Not
consider?
deserted. Not
Would
deserted.
yeah, not deserted. Would you
Desert.
consider cannibalism if the other person already died? You didn't kill them, but if you were starving, like for example, the person you took on the island, would you consider eating them if they were already dead? Like they didn't make it,
I don't think I could do it.
I don't
think
so.
I could do
But
it.
then again, like,
but they're already dead.
here's an example. Let's say you're
I feel like
trapped.
food wouldn't be a problem on the island that I. Sorry.
As long as you can fish. Or
If you're trapped in
Yeah.
like a room with you and a dog, and your dog's your best friend,
Yeah.
but then eventually, like, you guys start getting hungry, like that dog's probably gonna eat you if it's big enough,
Yeah.
and then you
heard
die.
Yeah.
That dog's eating you. I think that happened in some situation, like the cats or something,
Oh.
like ate the owner who died because it's like, hey, they weren't getting fed.
It's like, yeah, they're opportunistic. It's like,
Dang.
hey, yummy.
Yeah.
But are we cats?
Would
we
we
dogs?
do that?
Are we no more than cats?
We got that dog in us, though.
Are we not, man?
And let's get the record straight that all men are dogs.
That's true.
Oh,
That
I
is
love
true.
dogs.
No.
Yeah.
I love dogs. No, I don't think I would do it. I feel like at some point I'd be like, I can't do it. I'm not gonna eat my friend. I'd feel really bad.
Yeah,
But then,
especially
like,
'cause-
yeah,
but-
at some point you'd probably get
Yeah,
really hungry. Where
it's
you'd be
like-
like, damn, I really want to.
So
But
let's
I
say
still
you
don't think I
go-
would. I really don't
Let's
think
say
I
you
would.
go 45 days, no sign of getting saved, and the person you're with dies. I don't think I would do it.
if there's no sign of getting
So-
saved, it's just like,
Yeah, what's the point?
You
I'll
Why-
be-
die in
like,
I feel
solidarity
like you'd be
with
pretty much close to death by 45 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty long time.
Maybe
I mean,
like
Jesus
30.
did it, no problem.
I feel like most islands you would get stranded on,
Have
though.
bananas and
Yeah, like
monkey butlers and
Oh man.
what I've seen in the shows.
They say, hello, sir. Can I give you a banana?
One banana, please,
Yeah, that's
and a pina colada.
I don't know.
but also like I think we can just say
Who's that?
I feel like I would be screwed if I was in this
Oh,
situation.
Oh,
so
no, I'd be
my
fine.
my survival
So
skills
screwed
would
you.
be
You would be
yeah,
so screwed.
Yeah, I would.
No, I would be too.
I couldn't do it.
But
But
I-
I maybe get like 3 days out of it, and by like the fourth day, I'd be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just gonna die.
I do watch this one guy who you guys have probably seen on YouTube. I think it's the Wild Boys or something, the Camping Boys. It's the guy who's like the dude with glasses, and he goes by himself in Alaska for like 4 days, and like,
No.
oh, I watched
PewDiePie?
those videos. No, I watch those videos. They're really good, and there's sometimes where I'm like, marinating on my couch on a Sunday, and I just watched like 4 hours of this dude building his own shelter in the Alaska snow and surviving. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
I might actually watch those.
Give it a watch.
You may have convinced me to watch
Could have
it.
butchered the name. Outdoor Boys. I think that's what it's called.
Door Boys.
Alone is a pretty good show.
I've actually never watched it, but I want to.
It's decent.
There was some guy from
It's
the
kind of
city
repetitive.
we went to college, and I almost said the name, who won the show, I think, one year.
I'm pretty sure we've name dropped it at
Lynchburg.
this point.
Well,
Honestly, let's just own it.
Oh
All
my
right, guys, we went to. Did I bleep that out in editing? There's a decent chance.
Please
But-
God, bleep it out.
please.
Please
We
God,
don't want
bleep
that.
it out in editing.
You've
All
definitely hinted at it though. Like,
I'm pretty sure we
I think
straight up
they
said
can-
that.
I think I said. I think I
think we-
mentioned football
Yeah.
in the last.
yeah, you
episode.
did.
Yeah.
They're
That's true.
barstool,
But
too.
Well, yeah.
Just so you know, every time we say the word, the more likely it stays in.
All right. Well, no more.
Never mind.
It's more editing work.
Never
You
mind.
just said
3
five,
times it's saying it. At this
you
point.
said 500 degrees. I think somebody said 500.
Okay, but that's such a.
That's enough. Getting that.
All right, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Unless somebody else has something to say.
I got nothing to say.
Stick a bit.
Cannibalism?
I got
Not
nothing. I don't
cannibalism.
wanna talk about
The
eating
topic
people
was
anymore.
not cannibalism.
I got there.
Yeah. So what is something that you hope becomes obsolete over the next few years?
Jeez.
Obsolete over the next.
That's a very interesting question.
It is an interesting question.
Probably just cannibalism, honestly.
I would
I'd
say
hope that's fairly obsolete.
Yeah.
doom
It
or
makes it our
boom.
I think that's pretty obsolete now. Actually, truly, you want to know what I?
What did he say, Matt?
Boom or doom.
No,
Come
truly,
on.
truly, I think if
Truly?
I never hear another Hawk Tuah joke,
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
it will
that.
have been too soon.
Yeah, Matt, you were gonna say that?
I was, but
You said- you
I
made
went
that
with
joke
doom
like
and
10
boom.
times this weekend.
No, I love.
Oh,
that
yeah,
guy.
I have.
Yeah.
But I do it ironically because I hate it, and I do it
Right.
because I want others to hate it. I'm
So you're
pushing,
part of the
I don't
problem.
know
I'm
how you
pushing
hate that
the agenda, you know,
Yeah.
of getting it to stop.
I'd like to say on
Honestly,
the
just let her have her moment.
She's had it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
She's super nice though. I know her personally.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
good for
she's
you.
nice.
Can she promote this?
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. What's
I think it's like Haley.
my good friend, insert name here.
Yeah, just promote us. Thanks.
We can edit that.
She
in.
watches.
Yeah.
We can
Oh,
edit that.
she
shit.
watches
yeah.
this.
Edit it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She's,
Can you get her on?
She's-
We got CGI her in here.
She's a
That's
fellow
true.
podcaster.
Yeah.
That's true.
She is.
She's a fellow podcaster.
She would be.
Yeah, it's called.
Was
Do
crazy.
you know what it's called?
Oh god.
It's called Talk to It. Oh my God!
Hey.
Oh,
My wife's home.
My wife.
we
Yeah,
are.
you're live.
I specifically told you no podcasting in my living room.
I'm sorry.
Sorry guys, that's the end of this episode.
Well, there's not a whole lot of living going on here.
It's the second
Sam,
time I've done
we
that, yeah.
did make it known on the podcast that men are dogs.
Yes,
Men are such dogs. Thank you.
we included that. That was Jake's wife saying all men are dogs. So what did you do?
I barked.
Yeah, straight up.
So
An
anybody else
obsolete.
has any thoughts?
It won't happen. And it would be cool if AI became obsolete.
Okay, so
Hmm.
I mean,
I hate AI.
it might.
It kind of feels like it is, but I don't
I-
know. I feel like it's always going to be
So,
kind of around now.
I'm not like
At least like
that
image
into it.
generation. AI image generation is always going to be around now, and that's kind of
Yeah.
annoying. That's like one of the worst parts.
From what I've heard, there's not a great way to monetize it at the moment.
Sure.
So it's like, unless they can figure that out, they're going to start putting money elsewhere,
Hmm.
which they'll probably figure it out. But
Oh,
if they can't,
they have it in the stuff I use for work. They started adding it we use this software, and it's being added to softwares where you have to pay extra for it. Actually, maybe you don't have to pay extra for it, because I don't think we did. But yeah, I think that would be the only thing. Like if I don't know what would even need to have AI that we use every day they could charge
I don't think
more
anything.
for. Yeah.
it's more of just like optimizing things.
Yeah. Does ChatGPT, they probably just sell your data. That's probably it.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
you make a lot of money that way. But
I don't know. I personally think AI is kind of here to stay.
I think
I think it's
they'll
getting
figure it out.
integrated into so many different things, and I think it's just going to have a hard time going away.
Yeah, it'll probably evolve.
To me, it's
I
just
imagine.
like Google 2.0. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're just so used to like Googling stuff. That wasn't a thing until Google became big. So
then again, I
I don't know,
still like if I have a question, I'm asking Google. I'm not asking.
I'm usually
ChatGPT.
asking AI. To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a
Wow.
Siri.
Siri. Yeah, Siri's the worst one.
I never use
Honestly,
Siri.
Google search kind of sucks now. I was like
terrible.
sick a couple weeks ago, and I was like Googling like different things, like, hey, does like XYZ help? And like
They throw AI.
Okay,
they throw AI at
those
you.
answers are
You can like scroll. Yeah,
And
I don't take the
everything's
AI.
ads.
I don't take the AI answers, but then like everything's
Seriously.
ads and everything's like all contradictory too. It's like
Yeah.
you'll have one thing that will say like this is good, and then the next thing will be like no, don't do that. I'm like,
That's because the only thing that matters is search engine optimization.
Yeah.
So if you can just get search engine optimization down, and like you're one of the first people to hit those keywords, like
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, you're gonna show up at
Oh,
the
yeah.
top.
But that is
So
sorry. That is annoying when you're like, for example, I look up Ticketmaster on Google, and the first two things are like StubHub, SeatGeek. I'm like, dude, I'm like, where? Like, no way.
No.
Because it's sponsored.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
On top.
yeah,
I don't know. To me, AI is sort of like, here's one of my analogies. It's sort of like
here we
a
go.
baby tiger,
oh,
where if you invite a baby tiger into the house,
What about ducks?
it could be a duck.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the duck isn't going to kill you eventually.
What?
So what I'm kind of saying is it's sort of like a baby tiger, where it's like cool for like a party trick, like, oh, look at my baby tiger, and it gets all this attention. So basically what I'm saying is enjoy the benefits of the tiger for now, before it grows up and then it basically eats you alive.
what?
Because we tend to think, oh, it grew up with me, I trained it. Like, I know how to make this thing obey me or whatever. But I think AI is going to reach a point where we can't really contain it as much. So I kind of think enjoy the benefits of it for now, but kind of be careful, because I think it could get too powerful to the point where it's either just extremely overused and annoying, or it actually could have negative consequences. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be like a real life Skynet kind of thing?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't
have no
think
idea.
so.
But
Probably not. I don't think it's
I
going
don't
to get
think
as
so.
crazy as some people
No.
say, but or as
They-
quickly. But it's
It's
definitely going to
gonna-
do something.
realize the best way to help Earth is to get rid of humans. I've been saying it. I think we talked about this on another episode. I'm pretty sure
We might.
about AI. Obsolete, big word.
Mm.
Should we define obsolete?
Yeah.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, I can use it in a sentence. What is something that you hope becomes obsolete in the next few years?
Shoot, that's a good sentence.
Does that help at all?
Pretty solid. I can't argue with you there. I can't argue with you.
Something I hope that becomes obsolete, but it's not going to. Cell phones.
Yeah, that's
That's a hard
It's
sell. at this point.
not going
It's
to
a
hard
happen.
sell.
There's just
That'll
too
never
many
happen.
benefits to it.
Yeah.
But
how can
gosh,
you get
are they just like,
you know.
they're just like, I feel like they're destroying us.
Dude, are you a
In a
boomer?
weird
What are
way.
you, dude?
No,
All these kids are on their
Bring the
phones.
boom. Ah.
I feel like it's just destroyed our brains. Like my brain is just so rotten at this point.
Oh yeah.
It's just, yeah. There's so much garbage up there. It's insane.
That's why you need to get bricked up, baby. With the brick app.
We advertising brick now?
Sponsoring this video, not really. They couldn't
maybe.
handle us. Yeah.
Let's see how many C&Ds we can get. We'll get one from Chick-fil-A from Brick.
But yeah, sorry. I'll flesh out my point a little more.
sorry.
The reason why I hope they become obsolete, I mean, the only things I kind of wish I had access to for my phone is Google Maps,
Yeah.
texting, phone calls, and Google searches. If I could somehow only have those four things, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
I really don't need all this other crap. Like, gosh, I don't know. Social media and stuff like that, and all the like different apps. Like I can just watch TV on my phone at any moment.
Yeah.
Can't you get
kinda
apps that kind of
cursed.
block all the other ones?
Yes.
Yeah,
Brick.
but then you
Is that
can.
what that is?
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it
you
is.
can also like delete those.
There's easy ways to cheese
But
it.
it's-
So
There
Yeah.
is, but there's also a way to not let you do it that my roommate did. So what you could do is it's brick and you put it in a hard location to get to, this brick little box. And when you tap your phone, it locks the apps that you pick. You can go into settings and disable brick. But my friend made a script that he put on both of our phones that when we're bricked, if you open your settings,
You gotta find a new thing to.
if you open your settings, it just locks your phone, and then it comes
Huh.
up with this is a distraction. So you can't turn it off unless you tap it.
Interesting.
And that is a way. But then I'll just walk upstairs and unbrick my phone.
Yeah.
Right.
There's always a way around
Yep.
it if you look for one.
My other roommate bought a cell phone that has exactly what you said, Chris. It has just texting and maps. That's pretty much it. Texting and maps. But then he was in his car trying to get directions, and it was terrible. And he was like, I can't do this. And he switched back. He spent like $300 on his phone to not really have a phone. And then
Wait, what was wrong with the maps?
it was just like it was glitchy. It couldn't figure out where he was, and so he couldn't connect
weird.
to it. And so he's like, "Yeah, I returned it.
Yeah.
He's back."
Yikes.
Can you imagine trying to go on a road trip years ago when there was no GPS?
Yeah,
like MapQuest or something.
Yeah.
Or just like an actual map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you really want to go back, I mean,
It's
I
terrible.
don't know.
It'd be really hard.
So
They just stayed
think,
home,
You
I
think
think.
overall phones are a net negative? Overall, like smartphones are a net negative.
At this point,
We're far gone.
it's hard to say because there are tons of benefits of having them. There's so many things you can do. Like you can keep in touch with people, across the world, which you probably couldn't have done.
That's true.
I mean, I guess you could have done it through computers, but still, like,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say it's pretty darn close to a net negative, though, if not leaning that way. I don't know. Do you disagree?
No, I probably agree. I just feel like you could probably say that about pretty much everything, to be honest with you.
Like water?
Yeah, like
What do you
water.
got?
Water's
Got him.
hydrating too many people. It's kind of a problem.
Hydrating too many people. Holy crap.
Flooding the street. There you go.
Bottled water, microplastic.
So true.
I don't know.
But that's a plastic problem.
Yeah,
not a water
yeah,
problem.
that's true.
I saw this one tweet because I was on my phone, and
Oh.
it said, "Man, this was the best summer ever. I can't believe how much I sat inside and looked at my phone." He said, "Looked at Instagram Reels and TikTok." I was like, "Oh shoot!" When you think about your best summer, it's not gonna be any of the ones that are happening now.
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
And we also work now.
Yeah.
That is something.
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
Until this podcast takes off.
We're gonna become podcast millionaires.
Anybody else have anything else they want to become obsolete?
Pickled chips?
Don't you ever say that about my cat. Don't ever say that.
Just kidding.
Don't ever talk about my cat that way.
Just kidding.
She's looking at
Edit that out. Edit
Don't
that
you
out.
ever
you. I
misgender
misgendered my cat, my bad.
Don't ever misgender my cat.
Seriously?
That should be
I'm
out.
gonna have to remove that.
You know what? I think It's Giving needs to go away.
You know,
Where people say,
Yeah.
it's giving spoiled. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, say it's giving spoiled vibes, or it's giving spoiled energy. Don't say it's giving and then end it with just like, it's giving Nintendo. Like,
That is really annoying.
that's not a sentence.
Yeah.
That was more personal than anything.
No, hey, I echo that.
sounds
That
like
was-
you're
I
thinking.
don't
of
know.
Why
like a
use
specific
more
person in
word
mind
when
or
less
something.
word do trick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
That really, I mean, kind of. That's kind of why.
But it's giving a good thing or a bad thing. Like it's giving blah. It's like, okay, well, is that
Oh,
good?
wow,
I feel like you could use it.
I mean,
Have
it could
I
be-
talked about this already on the podcast?
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
Mm.
I don't know.
I mean, it's giving. It can be positive or negative. It just really,
Right.
It really just depends on like the descriptor that comes after it's giving.
Like the word interesting is a non-word
Yeah.
because it doesn't mean good or bad.
A non.
It's a
Yeah,
non-word.
that's
It's
true.
a,
It
it's a
doesn't mean-
filler
yeah.
word.
Interesting.
Someone's like, "Hey, dude, I'm probably gonna try to get into snowboarding." Interesting.
It's,
Okay, is that good or bad? You know?
Yeah, I'm never-
non-word.
I'm never happy when someone responds to me with a "that's
It
interesting."
doesn't add anything.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah, interesting.
Hmm.
That's
I
interesting.
feel like it just means like, oh, like I'm thinking about that.
I'm
you know?
interested
Like,
in it.
Mm.
Tell me more.
I
I
don't
have
know.
interest in that now. No, you
Right.
don't.
I do.
Interest.
All right, busted.
You got me.
You got me. I'm out. The cat's out of the bag.
It's giving out of touch, man.
A little bit. A little
I just
bit.
want to say, I know politically we're going to lose half of our viewers because a lot of,
Oh boy, here we go.
it's a political issue to say it's giving or to not say it's giving, and I want to apologize. I don't mean any offense, but please.
I really didn't know where you were going with that.
I digest.
You thought I was
I was
going
really
somewhere else.
worried.
No, it's getting real into it.
I thought Matt was gonna get into his hot takes.
No.
Should we transition into that now? Actually,
No, I
Matt,
really
do you
don't
want
think we
to?
should.
Welcome to the new segment on the show, Matt's Hot Takes. They're hot takes because they're not Dan's takes. And we're spitting
All right.
live.
Later, we'll have Dan's cold takes. That's
Dan's
another
cold
I
segment that
think
we
the opposite, but okay.
Did you see anything in there?
were supposed to
Little
save
bit
your
of coffee.
segment for later.
Dan's chili takes.
Dan's chili takes.
I like
Burger.
chili.
Put on
Oh.
a Coke.
You could say I'm
Every taste
silly,
about a
but
different type
chili.
of chili.
What's that?
Give us one hot take right now.
Hot take.
Oh, man.
The It's Giving thing I think was pretty hot. I
It's
don't
pretty
think that anybody should say that, and people should be like, "Yeah, you know what? That's true." What's another hot take? Another hawk take.
All right, moving on.
Please move on.
It's almost funny how not funny it is.
Next segment.
Next segment.
What's something you thought was really cool, but you're now actually really embarrassed of? I'll go first. I hate to say it, but this podcast.
Oh,
That kind of transitions us into.
you're locked in, bro.
Yeah, this is it.
It's the last
We're
one.
shutting it down after this because
Yeah.
it's giving cringe.
That's it's giving. I don't know. Just forget it. It's making me cringe. Just say that, you know. But yes, what was the question? What is something that I thought was cool, but now I'm embarrassed about?
Yeah,
Long basketball shorts. I begged my mom for those.
actually true.
Yeah.
In fact, I got made fun of for having too short of basketball shorts in middle school.
That is
elementary
so
school.
weird. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know.
It's wild how quickly that trend turned around.
Right.
Yeah.
And like how starkly it did too.
Yeah.
Like it really went in the opposite direction fast.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad though.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
like
drop
it.
those thoughts.
Yeah.
But I thought I looked good up until like recently. Maybe like in college. I always thought before college I was like, yeah, these basketball shorts are sick. They're like down here. I looked like a beast. And then in college I was like, oh my god, those are like horrible.
Yeah.
But for the longest time I thought they were great since like
Yeah.
elementary school.
Well, yeah. It's funny because it's like that's kind of like a 2000s trend, and like the 2000s
Yeah.
are kind of coming back around, like big like baggy pants,
Oh boy.
but not
So
long
don't
short-
throw
but not
away your long
shorts.
basketball shorts.
I still
Keep
have
them just in case, right?
I put them on.
They're coming back.
I do
Yeah,
that.
it's the next cycle.
I'll put them on when I don't have any other laundry, and my roommates they actually are like, dude, like this, like I know you're staying inside, but for us, get out of those shorts.
That's funny.
Isn't it like kind of scary, like how trends like that like impact the way we think? You
Yeah.
know, it's like kind of weird because like I wouldn't have been caught dead in high school with shorts above the knee,
Yeah,
but
Oh,
now it's
no,
like
that
I
would've
will
been
not wear shorts that
no,
go past the
right.
knee.
You would have gotten called
It-
unsavory names in my high school.
Right.
if you
No.
wore
Yeah.
shorts above the
Exactly. Yeah. It's weird, man.
knee. Yeah.
So do you guys identify more with like the Gen Z kind of side of things or millennial?
That's an interesting question, actually,
I feel
because
like we're all kind
and
of
I know
right
I
in the
just
middle.
used a non-word there, but
okay,
interesting question. What does that mean?
so
Good question or bad?
well, hold on.
Matt just wants clarity in his life. That's all.
Clarify.
It's
all you want.
interesting because
There it is.
we like the four of us were born right at the edge
That's
of
right.
millennial.
Yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
didn't, but
I was actually going to say me and Jake specifically are really.
Oh,
Me and Jake are on the border of we are not considered millennials because it's 2000 or it's up to 96.
yeah, we're
And
technically
right.
Gen Z. And
Yeah.
we're technically
well, you're
Gen Z.
97,
Right. That's
so
what I'm
you're
saying.
Gen Z.
That's what I'm saying.
what we're
I said we
saying.
were cut out of the
We're
millennials.
not
you're like
millennials.
first generation Gen Z.
But I-
You're 95, right,
Yeah.
Dan?
I
And
think
I'm
we're saying-
96, so I'm the one true.
The One True Podcast.
Right.
You know, it's funny. If you would have asked me, like, in college, if I felt closer to, like Gen Z or millennial, I would have been like, yeah, I feel closer to, like, millennials. But now that I'm, like, older and, like, kind of removed from I don't know, college, like, a few years
Yeah.
removed from college now, I definitely feel. I mean, I'm not like I'm a very out of touch person. Just that's my nature.
Yeah.
But I feel like I do kind of relate closer to Gen Z than I do to millennials now. Because millennials, honestly,
Wow.
millennials kind of make me cringe now.
Oh,
But it's like
They can be
maybe,
intolerable.
and that really goes back to like the question at hand, like what did you used to think was cool that now like makes you cringe? Is like all like
It all
pretty much
circles
all of millennial
That's
culture.
good podcasting right
That's
there.
good podcasting. That's type podcasting.
Yeah.
No, I think like all the things I thought were cool in college, I like look or like in high school and college. I'm like, oh my god, what?
Which is actually super beneficial to us to have been born when we were, because we can kind of like skirt that line. We can go either way.
go
We can appeal to both sides, so we
Right.
always
We
come out on top.
Are kind of like in the middle of both. There should be something else called, like there should be another name for where we are. I think.
The in-betweeners.
The tweeners.
Good show. In between. Shut up. Have you watched that show?
No,
I feel like you'd really like.
I don't think I have.
It's a British show. It's really funny.
That is kind of a good point, though. I feel like I don't really feel like I fit into either very
Yeah.
well. So, are we like creating our own generation right now?
Never
No, I
been
think
done.
we're all just. I think we're all just out of touch.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Yeah. That's true.
I embrace it, but I don't know.
No, I remember. I mean, this is definitely way younger, but I remember I had to have my friend who's a teacher that works with high schoolers, and he had to explain to me in detail what skibbity meant. And that's another thing that should become obsolete. But that I remember watching that and being like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I want nothing to do with this. I should not be. I'm so glad I'm not in high school. But then we had like the "What did the fox say?" that we thought was like. I mean, I
wasn't a huge
You
fan.
love.
I wasn't a fan of that. But we had stuff like that as an example. Like I said, beans with my friends. Like, oh, beans, bro. Like, cool beans. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Jake.
I think.
Yeah, let's not bring that one back.
Let's not bring that one back. No, it's funny, the Skibbity thing. I saw a meme, and I can't find it now, and I should have saved it. But and I don't want to just verbally describe a meme on the podcast, but it was like, it was 2 frames of Tony Soprano, and the top frame was like, I watched YouTube poops in high school. I understand Skibbity as a concept.
Oh.
That's really funny, and it's like, it's very fitting, because it's like, I don't understand it, but I get the concept of it.
Yeah.
Can I just say that as much as all of us dislike Skibbity, this is probably either the 3rd or 4th time out of 6 episodes we've brought it up.
Are you serious?
It is intrinsically tied to the internet, and this is an internet-based podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's been mad every time too. So.
Yeah.
I really love Skibbity.
And I'm like, no, please get rid of it. But I keep saying it. No. I'm the problem. It's me. Well, thanks for watching.
Matt, you're not the host.
Oh, sorry.
Unless you want to be.
Do you want to be the host of the podcast?
Yeah. Let me host. I do a super job at
I
it.
want a bunch.
I want the podcast.
Anybody have something that they think is certified washed? I've got nothing, so I'll just throw that out.
The word
there.
interesting.
Okay.
Certified
Washed.
washed. Stop saying interesting. And don't send me interesting just to be a jerk now that I've said it so many times. I'm looking at you just like the audience.
Right. So yeah, please, we're begging you. Nobody message Matt on Instagram after this and say the word interesting.
That's nice.
Thank
you, Chris. That's nice.
I just said the same thing that you did. I
know.
Yeah, I mean, I think just hammering home the point, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I think you should be in the clear now.
Oh, my phone's blowing up.
Yeah.
So many interesting
shoot.
already. Actually, it's most of the people out in the audience.
Yeah.
But they're cracking up at that.
That's what I keep looking out at. Yeah.
Yeah. I keep looking at the audience.
Definitely not the football games that are up on the TV in front of us.
I don't know what you're
What's
talking about.
I can't believe we kept those on.
Dan, I feel like you haven't had a certified wash take in a while.
I mean, I've been taking it easy for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know you got something up in that noggin of yours.
Not right
so
now, to be honest with you. I mean, we'll see.
Just hit us with one. You know, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Nah, come on.
Philadelphia Phillies, 76ers.
Philadelphia Hurricanes.
Yeah, we can go with that.
The Philadelphia.
Honestly, the city of Philly in general, I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Whoa.
By the way, he lives there, so he's allowed to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, yeah, right.
That might be the one thing that
No, he doesn't.
hate sent towards us.
Anybody from Philly, please don't mess
No,
up
for
Matt
real.
with the word interesting. So.
Oh no.
We're backing you.
Yeah, I mean the city's like got some nice areas, but overall I think it's not as
Yeah.
not as good as it could be.
It
Yeah.
can't be much worse than the city I live next to.
Yeah, I mean every place has its issues. but
Yeah, I'm
I
not
just
from there, and I didn't love it when I went.
think-
So-
Dude,
I don't know that
don't
I've
hold back.
ever-
You've said you hate Philly. You're like, I'm not even driving.
Well, that's because I'm a bleep fan. So,
true.
you know,
That's true.
yeah. It just kind of comes with the territory.
I would say
so.
Philly sports, Philly people, top notch.
Which you became that baseball team's fan at a very convenient time, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey,
became,
there was a
on the
whole
band.
range of emotions that season, and I started from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I started from the bottom.
And now we're nope.
No.
Now we're back at the bottom.
Yeah, so what Matt's referring to, I was never a baseball fan growing up, and I decided in 2019, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to follow the Nationals this year, see what happens. And they were terrible in the regular season. They were so bad. They were like 15 games under 500. And I was watching the games. We almost went to one
Oh yeah.
because I came up to that area for an interview. And then we didn't go, and I'm pretty sure that Trey Turner hit a walk-off home run. So, you know, serves us right for not showing. So, yeah, they barely made the playoffs and then won the World Series that year. So that was awfully convenient timing.
Awfully convenient
Yeah.
timing.
It was interesting.
But he still is a fan now, and that's pretty hard to do in the current.
Yeah, I follow
Are you?
along.
I feel like you haven't.
Well,
mentioned it at
I
all.
don't have
Well, now that they're
a
not
way.
good.
I don't have a way to watch the games.
Oh right.
So
Crack
okay,
streams. I don't do it, but I've heard people do that. Heard good things.
Sweet.
Uh,
What's up?
Anybody been to Hot Topic recently?
no, I haven't been on.
You know, I don't think I've ever been to a hot.
Yeah, I've never been inside one.
I've went
I've maybe been
a
in-
bunch of times.
Oh, okay. You know where I don't think I've ever been inside for real?
Don't say Spencer's Gibbs.
No. Although I have never been inside of Spencer's Gift.
I've never been into.
I have.
I have never been. I was too afraid in high school and well, not high school, but I was too afraid in middle school
We weren't allowed
to go inside of a Hollister.
What?
Yes, I was intimidated by Hollister because I was
So dark.
I was a young weird kid. I was a weirdo in middle school.
And it was like a club.
Hollister where I was like that's where all the cool kids hang out. It
But
smelled nice. I
This
was always too afraid to go in there.
this is kind of weird. My brother's like best friend back in high school. So they're all in high school. He was a model outside of a Hollister
Yeah.
where he wore just jeans and no shirt, but he was a minor and he was like posing
Yeah, that's
outside
crazy.
the Hollister to get people to go in.
That's
Isn't
why.
that kind of weird? I feel
That's
like
really weird.
Man.
That's really weird.
Hollister, we could argue is certified wash though.
Hollister's
That is
definitely. I don't even think Hollister exists anymore.
So it's like past being washed.
Yeah,
then?
it's like-
Yeah, I don't know. New
It's
Jersey
rinsed.
probably still is wearing it up there. I
New
guarantee
Jersey.
it.
Yeah,
They're wearing
Philly
it on-
maybe.
they're wearing it on the
Philly.
boardwalk. That's what I was
It's
going to
another
say.
jab at Philly.
I don't think I've ever actually been to Philadelphia. I think I've only
Wow.
been through on the train on the Northeast Regional.
Yeah.
And you see some really gross sides
Well,
of
you've
Philly
already
on the
had,
Northeast
yeah,
Regional.
there's some pretty bad ones. But you've already had a good
Philly
Philly
look-
cheesesteak before.
I have had a good Philly cheesesteak. But
Chris
yeah.
had one last night.
I had a Philly at the Water Dog. So.
Yeah. Water dog. Yeah.
Bleep that out.
Bleep that out. We'll cut that.
Yeah. Cut that.
I do like me the pimento chicken sandwich.
I was looking at that too.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, shout out Chick-fil-A.
Shout out to-
Yeah.
Thank you for not suing us for the last episode.
Yeah, that's really nice. We didn't get
Appreciate you guys.
demonetized.
Respect.
Didn't get
Send us the
monetized
cease and
either.
desist, right?
Exactly.
You mentioned a surprise. Are we doing that on the podcast?
Thank you. I actually forgot about that.
Are we doing that on the
Yeah.
podcast?
Yes. So,
I didn't.
I have a surprise.
I didn't even remember that. Wow.
And it's in this little bag of tricks I have over here. So
Yeah, you have like a huge bag.
everybody
Like
close your
tricks.
eyes. Yeah, I mean, it's only tricks.
We're
Everybody
closing
close your
our
eyes. And I'm going to put something in your hand.
In each of our hands.
Yes, each individual person's hand.
Oh,
So,
maybe stretch first. That's gonna look
Alright.
flattering on YouTube watching you stretch.
I just stopped my stretch because I just thought of that. These big old legs.
everybody keep your eyes closed.
Okay,
Oh.
right.
Oh,
Alright,
it's definitely
alright.
a frame.
It's a frame.
So,
I'm playing with the flap.
everybody's eyes closed still.
Yeah.
So, we hit a milestone recently.
Oh
For this podcast. And,
Oh, man.
no.
It's a huge moment. I thought YouTube was going to send us like a play button or something
Right.
for this, but I guess it got lost in the mail. We hit 69 plays on Spotify, so I made each of us a frame. Show it up to
Oh, you
the
guys-
camera for the
I
video
opened
version.
No, I opened mine.
So
I'm
eyes
sorry.
are still closed.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, so just,
So hold the frame out.
and it doesn't matter if we hold it out. I mean,
I can't see anything.
yeah. So
I really want to open mine.
maybe something to put on your desk at work. Maybe not. I certainly won't be.
Last frame that I put on my desk that you
We've
got
come
me,
a long ways.
You got me
Yeah.
in trouble, Chris, with the last one you got me. So
Can I open my
Yeah.
eyes?
Yeah, no, I
Oh.
thought I thought that was clear.
Dude,
That
mine
we were
have
gonna-
been
sorry,
open,
that's
you
my
know?
bad. That's my bad.
I'm just
wow.
sitting here
I
with
was,
my eyes. 69 plays all
Man, it
time.
has this real like artistic looking.
I do kind of want to put
leather
this in my.
Yeah.
I won't, but I do kind of want to put this in my office and see how long it takes for someone to notice, like why it's on my desk.
I'm putting this in my room for sure. I
That's
mean,
cool.
I work remote, but
Right. Yeah.
You already show it.
I tried to. I don't know if it like came through very well.
You made a foul face.
Sorry,
on camera,
you
bro.
guys had to see that.
I thought maybe we could like take a picture with these later.
That'd
I
be
don't
fun.
know.
Okay.
I gotta take a picture of it right this
Dan,
second.
can you? Can we? Matt, can you?
Oh,
All right, cool. That'll be a
We
great
did it.
thumbnail.
That'd be a great thumbnail.
that'd be a great thumbnail.
Hey,
Hey,
that'll be a
Matt.
great thumbnail. So yeah, that's probably a good note to end this one on. This might be a slightly shorter podcast, but I think we had some highs, we had some lows. I just want to apologize to Dan again for not getting picked for the desert island question.
I don't blame you whatsoever.
Oh no.
So
Pickle chip.
from all of us here at the Now We're Talking Podcast, thank you for the 69 plays, and we'll see you next time.
69?